Hello and welcome to the Champions Cup Group B and the second game of day one. Hosts ILUNION take on Gran Canaria. Now ILUNION actually have a win over Gran Canaria from earlier in the Spanish season. That game ended 85-49. But in terms of their Champions Cup records from last season, ILUNION finished third in the Champions Cup last year, and Gran Canaria finished fourth in Eurocup 1. And overall, ILUNION are three-time winners of the Champions Cup, and they'll look for some redemption after missing out in last year's Champions Cup final. And as we get set, the main threats for ILUNION in this game will be the likes of Greg Warburton, who averaged 17 points a game in last year's Champions Cup final. Champions Cup Final 4, I should say, tournament. And also Pincho Ortega, who averaged 14 points and 11 rebounds in that same tournament. And for Gran Canaria, it's a fairly new squad. 6 new members in this Canaria squad. They're coached by Matteo Ferriani, who's also the Canadian senior men's head coach. So fresh squad, or predominantly fresh squad for Gran Canaria this season. Let's see what they will bring to the table in this Champions Cup Group B game. As ILUNION will start with 0 Warburton, 5 the captain 6, 12 Latham, 13 Diallo and 24 Ortega. And Gran Canaria will start with 10 Wezowski, 12 Melendez, 16 Weiss, 43 Corzarena and 50 Barbibai. I've been told to mention by Victor Ramos, ILUNION have signed Australian international Ethan Laird. He arrived yesterday. Laird, Victor Ramos, the ILUNION coach. And we are around about a minute and a half away from this game starting. And ILUNION will have the advantage on paper, as they have secured a victory over Gran Canaria earlier on in the Spanish league season. But this is a brand new game, and let's see what's to come. Of course, the top 2 teams will advance to the quarterfinals. 3rd place will go to the Eurocup 1 finals, and 4th place will go to the Eurocup 2 finals. So your standing in the group matters. So ILUNION will play in the yellow and black. Canaria's playing in the blue and yellow. And 6 new signings for this Gran Canaria team compared to last season. So pretty much a fresh team. And ILUNION predominantly sticking with the remainder of their squad from last season, as Wezowowski and Ortega get set to tip. And ILUNION win the tip. Here's Warburton with the ball. Warburton finding Latham. Latham can't get that one to fall. Tipped away, but kept in by ILUNION. Latham once again. And a very loud, raucous ILUNION crowd here in the stands. And that will be Canaria's ball. Barbie Bye will inbound. And Canaria's running a different lineup than they would in the Spanish League, as they're able to run all of their internationals, whereas in the Spanish League they'll have to play one Spanish player. Here's Barbie Bye to Wezowowski, and you can't get that one to fall. Rebound Latham. And here is Warburton. Warburton gets it to go. Barbie Bye finding Morendez. Kozaraina takes it and it's short. Latham finds Ortega. Latham swings. Ortega can't get that one to fall. Rebound Barbie Bye. Wezowowski at the top. Goes off the back of the rim. And here's Warburton. Sole scorer in this game so far. Scrappy play from both sides. Here's Kozaraina. Barbie Bye. Kozaraina with a mismatch. And the pump fake gets it to go. Great awareness there from Kozaraina to hunt down that mismatch. We'll level it to a piece. Warburton fouled by Wezowowski. His first personal. That sends Warburton to the line. The 3-time Paralympian, world champion in 2018. Paralympic silver medalist in Paris. Makes the first. And the second. Kozarena. Finds Barbabai. Barbabai tries to make his way through, finding Wezłowski under pressure, and one for Marek Wezłowski. Foul is on Ortega, his first personal. And Marek Wezłowski, the Polish international from Ulfton, his first season with Gran Canaria. No baskets. Unsure why the basket was waved off there, but we'll level at 4 apiece. Here's Warburton finding Ortega. Ortega one-handed, fouled on the shot. Foul will go against Melendez. That's Melendez's first personal. And Ortega successful from the line. ILUNION have a 2-point lead. Low scoring affair to start this game. Here is Barbabai. Back to Melendez. Over to Kozarena. And he can't get the mark. Long pass from Warburton, finding Diallo. And Diallo gets to go under the basket. Great pass from Warburton. And here is Kozarena. Barbabai over to Melendez. It will not fall. Warburton with the rebound. Another long pass. Intercepted, but it's picked up by Ortega. As Barbabai tried to get a hand on it. Was unsuccessful. And a timeout called early on. Just under 6 minutes to go. ILUNION lead by 4. 8-4. In this Champions Cup Group B game. Warburton with 4 points personal, Diallo with 2 and Ortega with 2. And for Canarias, it's split between their 2 Polish internationals, Wezłowski with 2 and Kozarena with 2. Low scoring affair to start this Champions Cup Group B fixture. Of course, the top 2 teams advance to the quarterfinals. Third goes to Euro Cup 1 final. Fourth goes to Euro Cup 2 final. And ILUNION will be looking for a measure of revenge as they finished third in Champions Cup last year, just missing out on the Champions Cup final. Warburton finds Ortega over to Latham, and that is a deadly combination. What a great play to start after the break. And Latham, so consistent, always delivering inside the paint. Wezłowski, Melendez. And Wezłowski can't get that one to fall. Here is Ortega. Cross court to Warburton, Warburton baseline, and it will not fall. Rare miss from Warburton. Barbabai to Wazowski, falling back out his chair, and Canaria is unable to get the rebound. As play is stopped to allow Wazowski to get back up. And Gran Canaria, as well as 6 new signings, as in comes Blaise Matuari, the Canadian international replacing Wazowski, as well as 6 new signings for Canarias. They also have a new head coach in Matteo Ferriani. Here is Matuari finding Barbabai. Possession will stay with Canarias. Melendez, the American international, will inbound. And Matuari gets it to go off the glass to beat the buzzer. 4-point game. Here is Ortega. Intercepted by Barbabai. And Ortega chases down Barbabai to stop that Canarias transition. So 17 on the shot clock for Canarias. And ILUNION get back in defense. Melendez can't get that to go. Latham with the rebound. Ortega off one wheel. Can't find the mark. And Diallo gets it blocked. Kozaraina finds Barbabai. And Barbabai met by Latham. Great pick from Bryce. Stays with Canarias. 5 on the shot clock. Melendez goes for the 3, rattles out. And here is Latham finding Diallo. Possession stays with ILUNION. Fresh 14. Low scoring affair in this quarter. Only 4 points in it. Just under 3 minutes to go. Latham fading away, finds Diallo. Diallo can't get it to fall. As Kozaraina breaks free and gets it to go. Lovely work from the Polish big man. 2-point game. Canarias not backing down. Here is Warburton. And Matuari gets it up to Kozaraina. And Kozaraina nothing but net. And he's really heating up now. And we are level at 10 apiece. And ILUNION really have yet to get themselves going here. Here is Warburton. That is nothing but net. And that may be what gets them going. Warburton coming in clutch from the baseline. Melendez. Mutuare. Pump fake. Will not go. Melendez gets the offensive rebound. Has to take it himself. Barbabai with another offensive rebound. ILUNION falling asleep on defense there on that occasion. Here is Mutuare. Can't get it to go. ILUNION lead by 2. Final minute of the first. Latham gets it to go from the top of the paint. Great patience there from Latham on that release. Here is Mutuare, guarded by Diallo. Cosarena can't get that to fall. And can ILUNION further extend their lead? Here is Ortega, the clear lane, and he's fouled by Mutuare. First personal on Mutuare. That sends Ortega to the line. Ortega, the hometown boy from Madrid, 2-time Paralympian, European champion, and this past Euros in Sarajevo. And very much a product of this ILUNION system. Been part of the club since he was 9 years old. Makes 1 of 2. Barbabai. Cosarena, 4-3. It's short. And here is Diallo. Diallo to beat the buzzer. No good. And at the end of the first, it's a 5-point game. ILUNION 15, Gran Canaria 10. It was a somewhat slow start for ILUNION, but they've pulled it back towards the end of this first. They lead by 5. And Warburton is leading the way with 6 points, 2 of 4 from the field. Latham on 4, Ortega on 3, and Diallo on 2. Meanwhile, for Canarias, Cosarena is leading the way with 6. Wezowowski has 2 and Mutuare has 2. ILUNION shooting at 31% from the field, 5 of 16. And Canarias at 26%, 5 of 19. So fairly even shooting percentages and low percentages at the end of this first quarter. And a reminder that ILUNION have picked up a win against Gran Canaria earlier this season. However, Gran Canaria did have to run a different lineup compared to what they started out with today. Because in the Spanish league, you have to play one Spanish player on court all time. But now they bring in a Spanish player in Julio Vilas, another new signing who joined the club from Vigo. And subs for ILUNION as well. Bywater, Moore and Hassel come into the game. So a three big lineup for ILUNION alongside Greg Warburton and Charlotte Moore. And Mutuare with the one-handed finish to start this quarter makes it a 3-point game. And here is Bywater finding Warburton. Back to Bywater. I believe that was a 3-second call on Ortega. Canaria's possession. Vilas goes all the way and travel called on Vilas. So, of course, the player has to bounce the ball after 2 pushes or 2 touches of their chair, and if they don't, it's a travel violation. And Vilas called for a travel. So it will be ILUNION possession. Bywater on the sideline. Bywater. Inside to Hassel, the big man. Can't get it to go. Hassel immediately putting the pressure on Mutuare. Wojciechowski gets it to Hernandez. Hernandez, the captain, takes his time, finds Mutuare. Mutuare to Vilas. Great finish from Canarias. And they've made it a 1-point ball game. Here is Hassel, the big man from Mexico. Can't get it to go. And what a sensational finish from Vilas on that last play. He has the ball once again. Goes 2 of 2. And that puts Canarias in the lead. Canarias not backing down. They have brought the fight to ILUNION right here in Madrid. And here is Bywater. 18 years in Madrid for Bywater. Fading away. Gets it to go, and that is trademark Terry. Legend of the game. 7-time Paralympian. Back and forth affair. 1-point lead in favour of ILUNION. Here is Melendez. Mutuare. Hernandez intercepted by Bywater. ILUNION ball with 24 on the clock. Full possession. Here is Ortega. Finding Bywater with the mismatch. Can't get that to fall. Here is Wojciechowski. And a miscommunication from Canarias. And it will be ILUNION ball. Warburton from the sideline. Backcourt violation. So when the ball is in the front court, it cannot go back into the back court. So Hassel have been judged to have brought it back into the back court after being in the front court. Hence why he's called for the violation. Here is Wezowowski to Melendez. Guarded by Moore. Great pressure from Moore. And Melendez is unable to beat the shot clock. Teams have 24 seconds to get a shot to go. And if they fail to do so in that time limit, it is a violation. Timeout called with just under 7 minutes to go. It's a 1-point lead in favour of ILUNION. ILUNION 17, Canarias 16. Canarias have brought the fight to ILUNION right here in their hometown of Madrid. Canarias have brought the fight to ILUNION right here. And a big thank you to everyone watching on the IWBF Europe YouTube channel. You can catch all the action from Champions Cup and Euro Cup 1 this weekend on the channel. Some great games going on in other groups as well. Fenerbahce Bilbao and Galatasaray versus Turinga Bulls. We are back underway with Group B action here at the Champions Cup. Here's Bywater finding Warburton inside to Hassel, and Hassel gets it to go. And the big man finally delivers for ILUNION. Puts them up by 3. Vilas finds Wezowowski. Blocked. And it will be ILUNION ball. Bywater works his way around, finds Warburton. Bywater inside to Hassel and one. Louis Hassel will go to the line to shoot the bonus bucket. Foul is on Wezowowski, his second personal. And the big man, Louis Hassel from Leon, Mexico. Been with ILUNION for 3 seasons now. Makes the bonus bucket. And ILUNION have a 6-point lead. Wezowowski finds Vilas. Vilas can't get it to fall. It now feels like ILUNION are settling in to their rhythm. Let's see if Canarias can come back. Here is Warburton over to Latham. Latham can't get it to fall. Long pass, finds Vilas. Great transition, and Vilas with the finish. So Canarias still not backing down. Bywater. Can't get the pass inside to Hassel. Will be ILUNION possession as the ball came off a Canarias player's chair. Warburton will inbound. 8 on the shot clock. Bywater inside to Hassel once again. And Hassel, an awkward angle under the basket, is able to get that to go. Great finish. Barby finds Wesolowski, and it's good. A much needed score there from Canarias, and we're back to a 2-point game. Warburton with pace. Sets himself up. Lovely screen there from Charlotte Moore, and Latham can't get that to go. Vilas to make it a tie ball game. And Canarias really surprised me in this game, judging on their previous record against ILUNION. But Canarias have come to play, and it's great to see. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. And will be ILUNION ball. Bywater for 3, and that will not go. Here's Barbie by, guarded by Moore. Foul is on Hassel. Hassel's first personal. And a timeout called by ILUNION, as we are all even Stevens here in the second quarter. 3.5 minutes to go, 22 apiece. And Canarias really not backing down against ILUNION, who are the reigning Spanish champions. Spread out scores across the board for ILUNION. Warburton with 6, Hassel with 5, and for Canarias, again spread out scoring. Vilas leading the way. He's 4 of 5 from the field, 80% with 8 points. Mutuara with 4, Kozaraina with 6, and Wesolowski with 4. So spread out scores across the board. No player in double figures yet. Barbie by finds Wesolowski, who's fouled on the shot. Foul goes against Ortega. And that's Ortega's second personal. 2 shots to come for Marek Wesolowski. His first season with Gran Canaria, joining them from Landil. Wesolowski goes 1 of 2, and the pass is intercepted. Well, so it stops the fast break. because Ortega tried to get the pass to Diallo. Excuse me, I'm trying to talk too much. Stop the transition from ILUNION, but as the ball came off Barbie Bye, it goes back into the hands of ILUNION. Ortega to Latham. Swatted away. Foul is on Wezowski. And Hassel collects. That makes it a 1-point game in favour of ILUNION. Ortega finds Latham. Latham gets it to goal. Two quick scores for ILUNION, brings it to a 3-point game. 2.5 remaining in the half. And Canaria's call a timeout. Matteo Ferriani wants to talk it over. Just a reminder of the other games going on in the other groups. Fenerbahce are leading Bilbao right now, 73-67, with 38 seconds left in the game. That's in Group C in Landil. Sassari beat Porto Torres 71-51 in Group A. And Galatasaray versus Turinga Bulls will get set to tip at 8 PM local time. That is in Group A. And Landil to take on Cologne in Group C. Meanwhile, let's get back to Group B action. It's ILUNION with a 3-point lead over Canarias at the moment. Block from Hassel, but it's intercepted by Wezowski. Mutuari. Again, Mutuari can't get that to go. Again, another interception, this time from Barbie Bye. And a foul goes against Ortega. That is Ortega's third personal. Barbie Bye finds Wezowski. It up and it's short. And Kozar Reina back into the game, replacing Mutuari. Hassel inside, second chance, third chance, fourth chance, and it will not go. 3-point lead in favour of ILUNION. And Kozarena can't get that to fall. Rebound Hassel finds Latham up the floor as quick as ever. Diallo gets it to go. And Diallo, that's a man who'll know this Canaria side very well, as Diallo is from Gran Canaria. As ILUNION have a 5-point lead. Kozarena can't get that to fall. Ortega takes a break. Vilas gets it to go for Canarias, brings it back to a 3-point game. 13 seconds left in the first half. Hassel. Miscommunication is picked up by Diallo. Diallo has to fire, can't get it to fall. And at the end of the first half, it is a 3-point ball game, a 1-possession game. ILUNION 28, Gran Canaria 25. And a low scoring affair so far in this game. Vilas is the only player in double figures with 10 points. He's 5 of 6 from the field, shooting 83%. And leading the way for ILUNION with 7 points is Hassel. And Warburton closely behind him on 6 points. And low shooting percentages overall. Canarias at 36%, 12 of 33. ILUNION a very unusually low 29%, 11 of 37. And it was actually Canarias that won the second quarter by 2, 15-13. And at the end of the half, it's a 3-point lead for ILUNION. We'll be back with you in around about 13 minutes for second half action, but make sure you stay tuned to all the action on the IWBF Europe YouTube channel. A massive win for Fenerbahce in Group C. Fenerbahce taking the 76-67 victory against Bilbao. Huge win there. And Cologne versus Landil comes We're about to get back underway with this Champions Cup Group B fixture between ILUNION and Gran Canaria. It's ILUNION that have a narrow 3-point lead over Canarias at the moment in what's been a fairly low scoring game. But Canarias have brought the fight to ILUNION in their home city. Let's see if that will continue. Of course, the standings in the group are so important. The top two go to the quarterfinals, third goes to Euro Cup 1 final, and fourth goes to Euro Cup 2 final. ILUNION with the first possession of the quarter. Here is Leap. 3 is no good. Leap, another new signing for ILUNION this season, the Colombian international. Here's Cosarena. Finding Barbibai, and it will not fall. Wezłowski with the putback, and it's a 1-point game. Latham gets it to go. ILUNION back up by 3. And a reminder that Pincho Ortega is currently taking a rest as he's on 3 personal fouls. So ILUNION are probably resting him probably until the back end of this quarter. As Melendez gets it to go. Melendez, native of Woodville, Texas, one of the new signings for Gran Canaria this season. Melendez's first professional contract. Here is Latham inside. Latham can't get it to fall. 1-point game. Can Canarias pull off an upset? Here is Latham finding Hassel. Hassel fouled by Melendez. And the referee is just talking it over. That's the first personal foul for Melendez, and Hassel to go to the line. And Hassel puts ILUNION back up by 3. Barbibai makes his way past Leap. Picked up by Hassel. And the ball swatted away by Hassel. Picked up by Latham, great hustle, and Leap with the finish. And A great transition play from ILUNION, and that puts them in the lead by 5. Just under 8 minutes to go in this third quarter. Here's Barbie Bye. Fakes Warburton inside to Melendez. Can't get the finish. And Leap now with pace. Leap. Offensive foul on Leap. Charge. Canaria's ball. Barbie Bye. And Canaria's ball once again. 15 to shoot. Wezowowski inside. Out to Barbie Bye. Barbie Bye. Finding Wezowowski. And he's fouled. Foul is on Hassel. That is Hassel's. Actually, the refs are going to look it over. The refs are going to VAR this play, so bear with us a minute. Foul is on Hassel. That is his second foul is on Hassel, his second personal, and 2 shots to come for Wezowowski. Latham finds Warburton. Hassel can't get that one to go. Warburton, no basket, 3-second call on Hassel. Kozarena can't get the mismatch to go, and Latham comes away with it. Hassel finds Woburn. Latham, brilliant transition. Latham with the finish, Woburn with the assist. Swatted away, but the possession will remain with Canarias as it came off Hassel. 8 on the shot clock for Canarias. Hassel takes a break, in comes Ortega. Now bear in mind Ortega is playing on 3 personal fouls. And Kozarena with the immediate score, much needed from Canarias. It's a 5-point ball game, and Canarias have not backed down. Can they pull off an upset here with 15 minutes to go? Here's Woburn. Ortega, leap at the elbow. Nothing there. Kozarena with the rebound. Barbie by. Can't get that to go. 5-point ball game, under 5 minutes remaining in the third. As Kozarena and Vice take a break. In comes Hernandez and Vilas. Barbie also takes a break and Maswari comes in. Latham, mismatch. Can't get it to fall. And here is Wezłowski. Puts it up. And it's good. It's good for Wezłowski. A long two. Long two is good. 2-point ball game. Woburn. And it's intercepted by Canarias. Much needed interception there for the team in blue. Here is Melendez. Wezłowski, mismatch. It's no good. And Ortega finding Warburton. Warburton back into Ortega. Ortega one-handed. Can't get it to fall. Latham gets it swatted by Mutwari. And it will be ILUNION ball, 13 to shoot. And Diallo replaces Leap, so that will add a bit more height to the ILUNION squad. Warburton, Ortega, the three! It's no good. Vilas. Melendez. Inside to Vilas. Oh, just too quick there for Vilas. Don't think he was expecting it. And here is ILUNION. Oof. As Sticks nearly fell out of his chair. And the offense is unsuccessful for the Madrid side. Canarias ball. Vilas. Wezłowski. Back to Vilas. Melendez. Melendez breaks free, finds Vilas. Vilas has to put it up, gets it to go. A sensational finish from Julio Vilas. We're tied, 36 apiece, 2.5 remaining in the third. Diallo can't get it to fall. Canaria's ball. Matuari can't get it to fall. And we are tied at 36 apiece. 2 minutes remaining in the third. Here is Ortega. Warburton. Latham. Fouled! No. 3 seconds. 3 seconds on ILUNION. 3 seconds on ILUNION. And a timeout called. Under 2 minutes remaining. We are tied at 36 apiece. Anyone's game in this Champions Cup Group B fixture. And Canarias are currently winning this quarter 11-8. Leading the way, the only ILUNION player in double figures, Bill Latham, with 10 points. Hassel closely behind him on 9. Meanwhile, for Canarias, is Vilas with 12 and Wezoowski with 10. Kozarina on 8. And it's been a sensational game for Julio Vilas. 6 of 7 from the field at 85%, and he's only played 13 minutes. And ILUNION looking to tighten up their defense, going into a high line. Vilas. Pump fake. Can't get it to fall. Was looking for the foul, didn't get it. Canarias get their own rebound. Wezoowski short. And ILUNION come away with it. Here's Warburton. Warburton with a clear lane. Finding Diallo. Diallo. Fouled. And 1 for Diallo. Foul is on Wezoowski. And that is Wezoowski's 3rd personal. And it is the Gran Canaria native at the line. Will he put the daggers into the Gran Canaria team? He's unsuccessful on that attempt. It's ILUNION with a 2-point lead. Minute and change remaining in the third. Vilas. Matuari. Wezoowski. Melendez. Works his way around. Melendez! Fouled! Fouled by Ortega, that's his 4th. That is his 4th personal. Oh my days. Ortega is on 4. And 2 to come for Melendez, the American international from Woodville, Texas, was on the USA Under-23 team, and it's his first pro contract after graduating the University of Texas, Arlington, coached by the great Doug Garner. And Melendez is unsuccessful from the line. We are within the final minute of the third. It's ILUNION with a 2-point lead. Ortega is on 4 fouls. Warburton, Latham, inside off the glass, and Bill Latham, as reliable as ever, puts ILUNION up by 4. Can Canarias come back? Melendez, Mutuare, Vilas, can't get it to go. Latham, Warburton, and loud chants of Vamos ILUNION from the crowd. Ortega, back to Warburton, cross court, Warburton, can't get it to go, and that'll bring an end to the third. ILUNION 40, Gran Canaria 36, a 4-point ball game heading in to the fourth and final quarter. And this has been a low-key, unexpected barn burner here in the Champions Cup Group B. And thank you all for joining us. And still low scoring shooting percentages across the board. Canarias at 36%, 17 of 47. ILUNION at 30%, 16 of 52. Meanwhile, a barn burner is going on in Group A. Turinga Bulls take on Galatasaray. That game has just started and the Bulls are up by 4. Meanwhile, let's get back underway with this final quarter of Group B action here at the Champions Cup. ILUNION with a 4-point lead. Can Canarias come back? Can they pull off a massive upset? They get the first possession of the quarter. Wezłowski to Melendez. And Matuare can't get it to go. Up the floor to Sticks. Sticks, much needed. Gets it to go under heavy pressure from Vilas. And ILUNION are up by 6. Mutuare, Melendez, Wezłowski. Possession stays with the Canarias, 2 on the shot clock. Catch and shoot situation. Wezłowski beats the buzzer Marek Wazowski with a buzzer beater. 4-point ball game. Here is Warburton. Latham. Can't get it to fall. Canarias with a chance here to make it a 2-point ball game. And a offensive foul on Matuari. ILUNION possession. That could be a costly mistake for Canarias. And Warburton with the and one. A sensational, much needed and one for ILUNION. Foul is on Melendez. Oh, excuse me, sorry, no basket, they discount the basket. Apologies, I got too ahead of myself there. Still a 4-point game. Warburton can't get it to go and he's visibly frustrated with himself. And a foul against Warburton, sending Vilas to the line. Oh my goodness, we could be in for a massive upset. 2 to come for Vilas to make this a 2-point ball game. Vilas 6 of 7 from the field right now. Makes the first. And 1 of 2. So the referee says ILUNION entered the key too early. So Vilas will get another chance to shoot the second free throw. One of 3. 3-point ball game. Ortega. Warburton. And it's intercepted. A miscommunication on the pass. Intercepted by Matuari. And here is Matuari. Finding Vilas to Melendez. Melendez can't get it to go. Wazowski tries to chase it. And Canarias come away with it. Vilas inside, can't get it to go. Melendez with the offensive rebound. Here's Matuari. Second chance. Matuari gets it to go. 1-point ball game. Here we go. 7.5 minutes left. 1-point ball game. Foul is on Matuari, his third personal. 1-point ball game. And so Victor Ramos has asked for VAR on that call there. So the referee is just going to talk it over. Sorry, excuse me, I said the foul was on Matuari. Hang on, I'm just going to double check that here. 1 second. Thank goodness for live stats. Yeah, sorry, yes, it was on Machwari. So that's the third team foul for Canarias in this quarter. Diallo gets it swatted away. Ortega picks it up and finds Latham. A much needed score. The two-man game from Ortega and Latham. I think Canarias were calling. They wanted 3 seconds called on Bill Latham. But the bucket is good. It is ILUNION by 3. Wezłowski. Melendez. Machwari puts it up and it will not go. Warburton, and it's good to go. A much needed score for ILUNION. ILUNION by 5. 6 minutes and change to go. Foul is on Hernandez. His first personal. Ortega finds Warburton. Back inside to Ortega, one-handed. Ortega can't get it to go. And a foul. A foul on Ortega. Ortega is fouled out. Ortega is out the game. And back in comes Hassel. Just under 6 minutes to go. It's a 5-point lead for ILUNION. Possession stays with Canarias, 9 on the shot clock. Wezłowski finds Melendez, has to fire, and it will not go. Yellow on the fast break. Finds Warburton. Latham. Back to Warburton. Inside to Hassel. Hassel gets it to go. And the big man once again delivering. A 7-point lead for ILUNION with just over 5 minutes to go. Still plenty of time for Canarias to pull this back. But is this a sign, this momentum for ILUNION, is this a sign that they will come out victorious? We'll find out in the next 5 minutes. Here is Vega. Finds Kozarena. Melendez fires. It's no good. And ILUNION come back with it. Warburton inside to Hassel. Fouled on the shots. Foul is on Mutuare. That's his 4th personal. And Hassel at the line. Makes 1 of 2 and puts ILUNION up by 8. And Kozarena gets it to go. Back to a 6-point game. Warburton fires and hits. Nothing but net. And a much needed crucial score for ILUNION. Kozarena is fouled by Hassel. Hassel's 3rd personal. And that is ILUNION's 3rd team foul. Mutuare. Kozarena fires, and it will not fall. Vega on the outside, nothing but net. Back to a 6-point game. A offensive foul on Warburton. Charge called. Canaria's ball. That is Warburton's 2nd personal. And subs coming in for ILUNION. Danny Sticks taking a break. In comes Charlotte Moore. And Moore will bring that pace. Vega. Mutuare. Inside to Hernandez, it's no good. And Diallo gets it back to Warburton. Latham too hard inside to Hassel, and it's Canaria's ball. 2 minutes and change. 6-point ball game. Kozarena for 3! Kozarena for 3! Oh my God! A monumental three from Kozarena. And it's a 3-point ball game. And another offensive foul on ILUNION. Fourth personal for Hassel. And Danny Six comes back in to replace Moore. Three-point ball game. Under 2 minutes remaining. Kozarena with a dagger of a three. ECONY GRAN CANARIA on the brink of history here. Melendez. Mutuare. Miscommunication. And ILUNION get possession. Foul committed by Mutuare. That is Mutuare's fourth personal. And that will send Hassel to the line. These free throws are crucial to make this a two-possession game. Even if he just makes one, it would make it a two-possession game. And now, this really has to go for the big man. And it doesn't. It remains a 3-point game. Here's Kozarena, minute 45. Kozarena inside to Mutuare, and Mutuare gets it to go. This is a 1-point game. Minute and a half remaining. One-point ball game. Here is Warburton. Who is going to nail the dagger in this game? Hassel inside. Gets it to go. Back to a 3-point game. Minute 14 remaining. Kozarena. Vega. And it's, what a great steal there from Warburton. A great steal. And here is Diallo. And Warburton works his way inside, finds Latham. Latham over to Warburton. Warburton lines it up. No good. 30 seconds remaining. 3-point game. Here we go. Koza. Oh, a foul against Warburton. No, sorry, no, not a foul. Not a foul. 8-second call on Canarias. Excuse me, not a foul. Not a foul. 8 seconds on Canarias. $21 left. Three-point game, one possession, 21.6 on the game clock. And a big shout out to my guy, D-Mac. Everything to play for in what could be the final possession. And interestingly enough, ILUNION bring on Terry Bywater. the veteran of the game, gets set for the remaining 22. They reset the game clock. It's 22.4 on the clock. ILUNION possession. This could be crucial. And Canarias have pushed ILUNION to the limit. Bywater, fouled by Melendez. So that is Melendez fouled out the game. In comes Barbibai. And Bywater will go to the line. Known for his free throw shooting. Not the guy you want at the line if you're Canarias. And here is Bywater. And the first is good. And the second. Clutch free throws from Bywater puts ILUNION up by 5. And that just gave me flashbacks to Rio 2016. That bronze medal game, GB Turkey. What a game that was. Meanwhile, Canarias still have 16 seconds to put something together as they trail by 5. And credit to Canarias, they've pushed ILUNION to the absolute limit. I don't think many people expected this, considering ILUNION's previous win over Canarias this season. They won that game 85-49. And Matteo Ferriani, the coach of Canarias, has really cultivated a great roster of young talent. Here is Cosarena. Barbibai has to force it up. Rebound ILUNION. And Warburton will slow it down. And ILUNION take the 5-point win. They've grinded out to get this win. ILUNION win 55-50. Congratulations to ILUNION. A valiant effort from Gran Canaria. But it's ILUNION that take the 5-point win. ILUNION 55, Gran Canaria 50. And Latham and Hassel end the game as joint leading scorers for ILUNION with 14 points each. Warburton on 10. And for Canarias, Wezłowski ends the game with 12. Cosarena on 13. And Vilas on 13. A valiant effort from both teams. ILUNION take the win 55-50. Congratulations to ILUNION. And please make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow, as tomorrow at 3 o'clock local time, Gran Canaria will take on Hieres, and the big one tomorrow in this group at 5:15 local time, Cantu versus ILUNION. So make sure you stay tuned for that tomorrow. It's been a pleasure to be with you today. I'll be back with you again tomorrow, and make sure you stay tuned to all the action on the IWBF Europe YouTube channel. ILUNION take the win 55-50 against Gran Canaria. And some great action to watch right now is Turinga Bulls versus Galatasaray. It's the Bulls leading Galatasaray by 18 as they approach the approaching the end of the first half in that one. So anyway, that's all for me. I'll be back with you again tomorrow for the first game at 3 o'clock local time here versus Gran Canaria.